time for 12 Talk. February is Black History Month. It's a time for all of us to remember just how much history is located right here in the river region. So later this month, the National Park Service and Alabama State University are teaming up for a special symposium. This is Dr. Robert White, who's a professor at Alabama State University. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about, I would say event, but it's really events, plural, that span over many days. Tell us what all you've got planned.
Well, about 10 years ago, we started a research project called Highway 80. And one of the things that we wanted to do was highlight the historic events that took place along Highway 80, which is located in the Black Belt of Alabama. So what we're doing now is we're bringing our researchers together, and we're going to meet for a 3-day symposium. The 27th of February, we're going to meet in the Montgomery Interpretive Center, and we're going to talk about the bus boycott. We're going to talk about things that took place in Selma and the different personalities associated with such. And on the 28th, we're going to meet in Lowndes County, the Lowndes County Interpretive Center, and talk about Tent City. We're going to talk about Lowndes County Freedom Organization and Black Power, and we're going to talk about the music that took place during that time period. And then on the 28th, we're going to meet in Selma at Wallace Community College in Hank Sanders Building, and we're going to talk about the Selma to Montgomery March. We're going to talk about the personalities associated with it. We're going to have an awesome photo exhibit because we've gotten some rare photos that have very seldom been seen about a Bloody Sunday. So foot soldiers and people who were there will actually get to come and identify themselves in the picture. So it's kind of like finding yourself in history.
Yeah, well, so much history has taken place right here. History that literally changed the course of our country. Talk a little bit about why it's so important to go back and to reflect on that.
Sure. I mean, history is life breathing. And oftentimes, when we lose sight of our history, we lose sight of our present and our future. So when we visit history, and not just mention it and commemorate it, but actually digest it and discuss some things that are seldom, talked about, it tends to be therapeutic. It tends to really bring closure in a lot of instances and meaning to even what we're going through now. So, those who really endeavor to study history tend to be those who are the most mentally healthy because, we have a good understanding or a solid understanding of events and circumstances that have shaped our environment. So what is it that you're hoping we take away from this 3-day symposium? An increased awareness of how valuable life is and how precious the human experience is and how we can learn from the experiences of other people. And so I teach Humanities 103, which is Humanities through the African American Experience at ASU. And that's what we do. We use the African American experience to learn about the human experience in general. So all of those who are coming to participate, are going to learn not only about what took place in Selma or what took place in Lowndes County or throughout the Black Belt, Greene County, Sumter County, but they're going to also simultaneously get a better understanding of even the current events that are taking place now, which means that we can't talk about the Arab-Israeli conflict without talking about Selma. We can't talk about the Russia and Ukraine war without talking about the civil rights movement and what Martin Luther King said here in Montgomery. So we learn here in the Black Belt, but that knowledge carries us throughout the world.
Real quick, what do we need to do to be a part of it? Do we need to register ahead of time?
Well, yeah, you can go to www.highway80.org and you can register there, or you can just show up because it's free to the public and we want our students there. We're going to have educators from around the country that are going to be there to talk about some awesome things. So we're going to be on the 27th, we're going to be at the Montgomery Interpretive Center. We start at 9 a.m. and we're going to go all the way to 4 o'clock. On that next day, that next Wednesday, we're going to be in Lowndes County and we're going to start at 9 a.m. again. And on that Thursday, we're going to be in Selma and we're going to start at 9 a.m. there.
Such an important way to bring the history into the present to help determine the future. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.